Drill through in Power BI is a very powerful technique that's going to allow you to go from one page where you've got sort of highly summarized information down into a sort of a different page where you've got detail about whatever it is that you clicked on. And if that sounds pretty ephemeral, if I show it to you, I think it'll make a whole lot of sense. So we're starting off here in a pretty basic report, and right now I've got sales over time sort of broken down by quarter. And if I hover over any of these quarters, like I'm going to hover over Q1 of 2018. When I hover over it in the tooltip, what you'll see is it says right-click to drill through, right? So on this particular column of this column chart, if I right-click on it, right, and I come down here to drill through, assuming that the report author has set up a drill through page, I'll see an option here for drilling through to all the different pages that the author has set up. So right now I've got a product details page that I could drill through on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it, right? And it's going to bring me to this detailed page for just that quarter. So right now I've got all of my sales broken down by subcategory for just that quarter, and sales for each individual SKU just for that quarter, right? Now if you're curious, if I come over here to the filters bin, I could twirl it open and see that I'm looking at Q1 and 2018. That's the stuff I drilled through on, right? And also, just like always, if I hover over here, I can hover over the filter icon and see that stuff as well, okay? So I'm just looking at Q1 for 2018. Now, when I'm all done with this detailed page, let's say that I want to head back and drill through to a different quarter. Heading back is pretty darn easy. If you'll notice, there's this big backwards button on the top left corner of the screen. A report author might move this to somewhere else on the page, but generally not. Almost always, this back button is going to be right up here in the top left. So to use the back button, well, it's pretty darn easy. You do exactly what you'd expect. You just left-click on it like that. Okay, so I left-click on that, and I go back to the page from which I came. And now I could say, okay, I want to go look at a different quarter, like, for instance, Q2 of 2016. So now if I right-click on this one, I head down to drill through. I see all my different drill through options. I go to product details again. And sure enough, there's the product details for just that particular quarter, specifically Q2 of 2016. Okay. Now, the nice thing about these column charts and bar charts is when you hover over the bars, it gives you this nice indication of right-click to drill through. You could drill through from other visuals as well, but they don't necessarily give you that same hint. So if I hover over like Q1 of 2016 over here on this visual, it gives me the number, but it doesn't give me a hint of what it is. A lot of times report authors will just have a little text box up here that says, by the way, you can right-click to drill through. But either way, drilling through on these other visuals is just as easy. So I'm going to right-click on Q3 of 2015 here, and just like before, it says drill through right here. And so I could head to product details, and it behaves exactly the same way. Okay. So if I head back, we're back here on the main page. The last thing I'll point out is right now we've only got one drill through page, but if an author had set up several drill through pages, if I were to right click over here and I go down to drill through, I would see all several pages listed here, so I could go to different kind of details pages. Okay. And that's it for drill through. It's a pretty powerful technique. I think you will like it quite a bit.